Hello everyone and welcome to Yin Yoga. My name is Trishy and for today's Yin Yoga class we'll be balancing out the gallbladder, bladder and stomach meridians. So come and take a comfortable seat. This can be seated, kneeling, up on a block, chair, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. Tune into your breath, place your palms wherever you feel most comfortable and feel free to close your eyes. You will need 2 blocks for today's practice for a minimum, and you can always check down below in the description box for optional props. When you feel comfortable and set, relax into your body. Adopt a sense of ease for your practice. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space. Let's begin with a cleansing breath. Inhaling deeply through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. From wherever you are sitting, just simply come off and then face the short edge of your mat, having your block somewhere close beside you. This is optional to use the props. First, you really want to get a sense of how you feel. So you're going to sit back onto your heels with your knees bent. And you want to stretch into the top of the foot and into the ankles. So you can either stay where you are or bring your palms back behind you. You can also lean a little further back and lift your knees off the ground. For even more sensation, you can place your knees on top of the blocks on their lowest sitting and then sit back on your heels this way. So it's really just a personal preference. If you're up on the blocks, you can bring your elbows down onto your knees and just find a way to have your upper body be comfortable. If this is your first Yin Yoga practice, we hold passive poses for minutes at a time so that the good stresses can go into the joints and connective tissues. Also, Yin Yoga really relates a lot to the Meridian system in Chinese traditional medicine. The gallbladder meridian runs from the feet all the way to the top of the head on almost all the lateral sides of your body. It is linked to the element of wood, and it governs attitudes and decision making. So your ability to make wise decisions in life. You want the sensation in your body to have a sense of relaxation and ease. And if you find that you're moving around a lot, it's a sign that you've gone too far. And you can always readjust yourself in any pose so that you can stay as still as possible. If you find that you're having too much sensation and it's running near to pain, be sure to back off. From here, just take a couple more breaths at your natural rhythm. From whichever variation you are taking of this, just come back so that you now tuck your toes under. And I'm going to be using some props. We're going to sit back onto the heels again, this time with the toes tucked under. And to reduce a little bit of the fiery sensation, I'm going to be sitting up on props. You can always do the same thing. And then just sit comfortably. You want sensation to go into the feet and the ankles. Find a way to be relaxed and still. The bladder meridian runs mostly alongside the back of the body, and that's what it governs. It is associated with the element of water, and it is in charge of urinary functions, also your ability to have flexibility in your body and in life. Begin to lean forward, coming onto hands and knees. Press a block up to the front of the mat, and if you're sitting up on props, just move them off to the side for now. And then slowly lower all the way down onto your tummy with your forearms flat on the mat. If you want less sensation in your lower back, you can walk the arms forward. Or if you want more sensation, you can walk your arms closer to your body. No matter where your arms are, grab your block and place it on its highest level, and then lower your forehead down onto the block so that your forehead is actually resting on the spot in between the eyebrows. Take a few moments to get nice and still and comfortable in this position. The stomach meridian is linked to the element of earth because what we eat comes from the earth. It runs all the way from the top of the feet, up the front body, and into the face. It governs digestion, and one way you can tell if your stomach meridian is unbalanced is if you lack vitality in your face. So in this pose, we're opening up the stomach meridian by opening into the chest and tummy area. Slowly begin to lift your head off the block. Then place both palms one on top of the other and just lower your forehead down. Bend through your knees and just let your feet wash from side to side. Then you can lower your feet and just wiggle your hips a little bit. When you're ready, begin to lift back up to hands and knees. You'll need both blocks again. The blocks are optional. And again, place your knees on top of the blocks. Bring your big toes to touch with your toes curled under. So it's a child's pose with knees on blocks with a toe squat. When you're ready, lower your hips towards your heels and then walk your palms forward, extending the arms and bringing your forehead down to the mat. So the reason that we're focusing so much on the feet in the beginning of today's class is because all 3 meridians actually run through the feet. Take a moment to get adjusted and comfortable, and then relax. Use any props that you feel you need, either under the chest or under the forehead. And then relax into stillness. Begin to lift up, walking your palms in, but keep your bottom half of your body exactly where it is. Just sit up and back on your heels with your spine straight, just for a few breaths. And then come forward, palms on the ground, walk your knees off the blocks. And then it might feel good just to tap the feet on top of your mat to get rid of a little bit of that sensation. Then you can place one of your blocks at the front of your mat and the other one off to the side for now. Keep it on the lowest level and then lower all the way down again onto your tummy. Place your right elbow on top of the block like you're going to arm wrestle somebody. Then place your left elbow on top of the right one and bind your hands, clasping onto the palms. So you want to wrap your right arm around your left and then holding on to whatever you can. Then you can just lower your face down onto the arms. Focus on the space where your shoulder blades are and try as much as possible just to relax into it. Begin to unbind your arms, and before going to the other side, just bring your arms either along the sides or just out in front of you. Place the block on its second level, and then again just lower your forehead down on the block for a couple breaths, right in between the eyebrows. When you feel ready, we'll go to the other side. So bring your block on its first level again. Place the left elbow on top, and then the right elbow on top of the left, binding once or twice. Hold on to whatever you can in your fingers, and then just rest your face onto your arms. If you find that your shoulders or arms or hands or any part of you there is starting to fall asleep, it may mean that you need to remove the block and try it from a different angle. Begin to slowly unbind your arms, and then again just lowering your forehead down onto the block. Bring your arms wherever you feel comfortable. Press your palms into the ground and then lift up to take a seat. You can move your block off to the side for now and face the long edge of your mat. Extend your right leg wide out to the side. Bend through your left knee, bringing the sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Then begin to twist open to the left, bringing your right palm on top of the left knee and your left fingertips out behind you. Lift up tall through your spine as you twist open to the left. Then you can relax through the right leg and foot. You don't have to keep it flexed. Just try to relax everything that doesn't need to be working. Release the twist, coming back forward and maybe having a cleansing breath. You can roll through the left wrist if that feels good. Just take a moment. And when you feel ready, we'll go to the other side. So extend your left leg out and straight to the side, and then bring the sole of your right foot to the inner left thigh, bending through the knee. When you're ready, We'll lift up tall through the spine, bringing your left palm to the outer right knee and bringing your right fingertips behind you. Twisting open to the right. Relax into it. Focusing on your own inner stillness and the peace of your breath. Slowly release back to center and then take a moment for yourself just to feel the release. Maybe roll through that right wrist a couple times. From here, come on to hands and knees again. Then thread your right arm out alongside your body and out to the left side, bringing your right shoulder and your right ear down onto the mat. Then tent through your left fingertips, bringing that left shoulder blade onto the back body. Find a way for your legs to be comfortable. And for some, that means hips over knees. But just find a way to feel comfortable in the twist. And then relax and feel your face close to the earth. Press into your left palm, slowly lifting back up to tabletop pose. Make any little movements or adjustments. Might feel good to do a couple rounds of cat and cow. And then when you're ready, thread your left arm underneath your body out to the right side. Bring your left shoulder and left ear down to the mat. Then tent through your right fingertips, bringing your right shoulder blade onto the back body. Take a moment, get comfortable and still, and then relax into the sensations in your body. Awareness in the mind and openness in the heart. press into your right palm and then lift all the way back up. Make any movements that feel just great. You can sit back on your heels and then just cuddle into yourself for a moment. We're going to lower down on our backs, but before we do, grab your props so you can have one block parallel to the long edge of your mat towards the top of the mat, and then another block parallel to the short edge of your mat at the very top of the mat. So I'm going to take the first block away and instead replace it with my meditation pillow, and you can use any kind of big pillow at home if you like, or just use the blocks, so that when you lower down onto your back, the first prop is in between the shoulder blades, and then the second prop is to support your head. If you use an eye pillow in your practice, you can go ahead and put it on. If not, just take a couple seconds here just to relax and get very comfortable as possible so that you can become nice and still with your heart open. You can extend your legs out in front of you. Lay your palms along your sides, or place your arms anywhere where it feels natural and spontaneous. Tuck your chin to your chest and then roll over onto one forearm, just so you can move your props back off to the side. We won't need them anymore. And then lie back down onto your back. Bend your knees and bring your feet flat to the floor. Feel the release of your spine back down to the earth. And then when you're ready, shift your hips an inch or two over to the right. Shift your upper body over to the left and bring your feet and legs also over to the left. And you could play around with the cross of your feet or just keep your feet side by side. And then raise your arms overhead, grabbing onto either palms or opposite elbows. The sensation should run all the way along the right side body on that outer side. So play around with it a little bit before coming into stillness. Release your arms back down by your sides. If your feet were crossed, just uncross them and then bend through the knees, feet on the floor so that you can shift your hips back into the midline. Bring your upper body back as well, and then just feel a moment or two of release. Then shift your hips an inch or two over to the left. Bring your upper body over to the right, and then your feet as well over to the right. You can cross your feet however feels great, but keep both hip bones facing up towards the sky as well as the collarbones, and then you can reach your arms up overhead. Begin to gather everything back into the midline, releasing your arms, bending through the knees, shifting the hips and upper body. Take a few breaths, simply resting here. And then when you're ready, take up some space, extend through the legs and arms, bring your shoulders onto the back body for our final relaxation pose. Mentally scan your body and see if there's anywhere on your body that may be holding tension, any muscles that might be tight, and then release it with loving kindness, compassion for yourself, and take these last few minutes for rest and relaxation. Begin to wake up the body by deepening the breath and making any little stretches that just feel great. If you were wearing an eye pillow, gently move it off to the side and then roll onto your side body using your arm as a pillow, curling up into a little ball if that feels good. Then press into your palms, rising back up to take a comfortable seat. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or with a soft gaze. And begin to tune back into your body, seeing how your body, mind, and heart feel right here in this moment. How does your breath feel? What are the sensations inside? Then bring your palms together in prayer position in front of your heart. Let's close with a cleansing breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Thank you so much for practicing Yin Yoga today. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this class, please subscribe to my channel. It helps to support these free classes. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.